So guys, I have now worked with probably over 880-ish agency owners between my programs, my coaching, that sort of stuff. In fact, one of my programs alone has over 750-ish members in there around that particular mark. And every single time I see a successful agency owner, right, what they've actually gone out and done, having spoke to these people, directly, some of them I've seen in the Facebook groups and my communities and stuff like that, of just them, sharing their wins and successes. Every time I see somebody successful, they have done this in order to pick their niche, right? So we all know that we have to niche to get rich, as the saying goes. So I want to break down in today's video the only way I keep seeing consistently over and over and over again, having watched 700, 800, almost 900 people come through my programs and actually succeed with the agency. I mean, not everybody succeeds, because some people buy instrumentation and don't even friggin' log into it, which is absolutely insane. But the people that I've actually helped scale to 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, people that I've helped quit their jobs and stuff like that, this is the way they actually go about picking a niche. It's the way how I did it, it's the way how I teach, and it's the way I think everybody should be picking their niche. Doesn't even matter if you're in SMA or any other business model, this will work for you. And the reason for that is because it's a methodology and not a gimmick. It's just basically breaking down humans' needs, desires, wants, and pain problems. That's what we're going to be breaking down in today's video. Now, before I jump into today's video, guys, I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway on the channel once and for all. I think this is my first ever giveaway. So I'm going to be doing, guys, is just starting off very small. I'm just going to give away $50 to somebody, just for completely free. So you don't have to do much, by the way. All you have to do is just go follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is @Montel, spelled with 2 L's, .Gordon. I'll probably pop it up on the screen. I can get my video editor to pop it up on the screen. And all you have to do is follow me on Instagram. All you have to do is like this video and make sure you subscribe with notification bells turned on. And once you've done all of that, just comment down below what niche you're actually deciding to get into, or what niche you're actually in for your social media marketing agency. That's all you have to do. So go follow me on Instagram, like this video, comment on this video, turn notifications on with the bell. That's all. So the way how I recommend you go about picking your niche, right, guys, is what I call the reverse market approach. First of all, we need to understand what a niche is. To me, a niche is just a segment or a sliver or a group of people, right, that have very similar characteristics. It's a way of categorizing a broad group of people within a marketplace. So you have a marketplace, and within that marketplace, you have different players in the marketplace, or different groups of people. So to me, a niche is basically just categorized by people that have certain characteristics. For example, accountants, they all have similar businesses, issues, pain problems, that sort of stuff. Because normally what happens on a micro scale happens on a macro scale. So let me give you an example. If you notice that a few accountants, right, or just like maybe like a handful of accountants, let's say you speak to 10 different accountants, which by the way is, a bit of a spoiler coming up in this video. If you speak to like 10 accountants and they all tell you that one of their pain problems is something to do with building a actual funnel that works, not necessarily Facebook ads, then that probably is going to be quite a similar problem throughout the niche. Normally what happens in nature and just in business in general is normally when somebody's struggling with something on a micro scale, the macro scale is kind of like that as well. So let's break this down. So to pick a niche, right, and we all know this, we need to pick a certain group of people in order to be specific with our marketing messaging and our offers. We absolutely need to be niching down in order to get rich. Niche to get rich is actually genuinely a good thing. By the way, if you're using something like Upwork, you can't really niche down by industry, because you can't really pick different, industry verticals. An industry vertical would be like accountants, real estate agents, e-commerce brands. Those are what I call like, that's one way of niching down. That's niching down by industry. On Upwork, you cannot do that. On Upwork, what you want to do is you want to niche down by wants, aka people on Upwork from all different types of niches, but they want something similar. AKA, if you type in social media marketing, all the jobs that pop up are people that are going to be in different niches, but they all want a very similar thing, which is social media marketing or short form content. So you can niche down by actual needs and desires and wants. So that's one way of niching down. That's for Upwork. Now, outside of Upwork, you do want to have one marketing message, one offer to start with. And the reason for that is because it's very difficult in order to get your business up and running in the first place. So don't add extra complexity by trying to do 10 different things at once. Now, if you're a complete beginner, I'm going to give you a little bit of a leeway and say you're allowed to pick 3 different niches to start off with for around 3 to 6-ish months. And the reason for that is because I call this the Chinese buffet approach. There's 2 different approaches we're going to take, kind of like combined, should I say. And One of them is called the Chinese buffet approach. Imagine you're in a Chinese restaurant, right? And it's a Chinese buffet and you've never had Chinese food before in your entire life. Well, what are you going to do to figure out what you actually like doing and what you actually like eating? Well, what you're going to have to do, honestly, is just pick a few dishes and actually try them out to see which ones you like. It's the same thing with picking a niche. Now, a lot of people, one of the big mistakes I see with a lot of people is they try to pick a niche based upon what they're passionate about. Now, don't get me wrong, starting a business from passion can be good, but in my particular case, I was really passionate about like real estate and stuff like that. I wasn't really that passionate about it, to be honest with you. I'm just passionate about it because like my dad does it and that sort of stuff. So I picked the real estate niche and I found out that I wasn't really passionate about helping real estate agents, to be honest with you, with the lead generation stuff. Wasn't really that passionate about it. Not only that, but it was affected by the cough. So I actually switched over to, the e-commerce niche, and that's where I got the majority of my success from with the actual e-commerce niche, which I don't recommend getting into just yet, by the way, in 2023, especially if you're going to do Facebook ads. So I was putting that out there. Now, let's actually talk about the Chinese buffet approach. So the Chinese buffet approach is testing multiple different niches at once. By the way, just going to quickly pause it right here. I want you to pick your niche. I want you to go into picking your niche with this mindset. I want you to understand that you will 110% pick the wrong niche the very first time. So what I want you to do, and I know that this is something that kills a lot of people, I'm not even joking. I can remember having conversations with people back in 2018, right, that have popped up to me at the beginning of this year, checking in on me saying like, Monta, I can't believe you actually was able to scale your agency and stuff like that. Now you've gone on to do other things. And I was like, yeah, how did your journey go on? And this guy literally replied back to me saying, I still haven't picked my niche. Dude, that's literally been 5 years of messing about, doing nothing. What you should have done is pick the wrong niche multiple times over, because even picking the wrong niche is actually is better than picking no niche at all. I'll repeat that one more time. Picking the wrong niche is actually better than picking no niche at all and just staying stagnant. So I'd rather you just go out there with the mindset of, I know I'm going to pick the wrong niche the first couple of times, in fact, but I'm still going to do it anyway, because at least I'm moving in the right direction. The right direction is any movement forwards. And if you need to fail, at least make sure you're fading forwards, not backwards, and staying stagnant. Business is not good when you stay stagnant. So I want you to get that in your head, guys. There is no way in hell, right, that you watching this right now, you're just going to come into SMA and you're going to pick the right niche on the first try and then, become successful like that. That never, ever, ever happens. Even people like Iman Gaji, Sam Ovens, I'm looking at all these big dudes, these big names out there. They pick the wrong niche multiple times over to get where they're at. But it's the fact that they was able to pick a niche in the first place, even though it was wrong, that gave them the necessary feedback that they needed in order to then switch niche and then go on to be successful. So you actually need to understand that you are going to 100% pick the wrong niche, guys. So make sure you have that in your head. The second mistake I see a lot of people make when it comes to picking niches is that they'll just go onto YouTube, right? And they'll Google how to start an SMA or how to pick a niche in SMA. And what they'll do is they'll hear the guru talking on YouTube about what niche they're in. So for example, they're doing Facebook ads for e-commerce brands. So what they do is they just grab e-commerce brands and Facebook and just try spamming people via cold emails to that particular niche. You just, force Facebook ads down that particular niche's throat. It doesn't work like that, guys. Let me give you a story. The only reason why I was able to close my first ever client, which was a real estate agent, by the way, over here in the UK, is because I did ample research. And when I say ample research, I did what you call first-hand research. So here's how it works, just to break it down. So what you want to do is you want to identify a group of people that have similar characteristics. That could be by industry or wants or needs, desires, or even pain problems. AKA, it's almost like you set a hypothesis in science. Like, if I take this chemical and mix it with this chemical, I think that this is going to happen based upon past research. That's basically what a hypothesis is. So what we're going to do is you're going to take the first initial hypothesis of saying, I think this niche has a particular pain problem. Then what you do is you need to get data to verify your hypothesis, aka you actually go out into your niche and you don't try to sell them anything whatsoever yet. And I'm telling you right now, guys, this is probably going to be the most important video. I know it's so super boring doing niche research, believe me, but this is why a lot of people fail. They can't even set a frigging meeting because they're trying to sell an offer to people that don't even care about that offer. And the reason for that is because they haven't done actual ample enough research first-hand wise, right? So what you want to do is you want to pick a niche, right? Set a hypothesis. I think this niche could benefit from this particular service, aka I think the real estate niche could actually benefit from funnels or Facebook ads or Google ads or something like that. So what you do is you go out there, right? And you just start speaking to real estate agents. This is the biggest thing I keep seeing over and over again that people miss. And I call it giving Susie what Susie wants for lunch. The easiest way, right, to pick a niche is to go out into a specific, industry, and just literally just start DMing people or emailing people or even cold calling people and just asking them about what it is like to be in their business. What's the day-to-day like? What are your pain problems? What are your struggles? What do you wish could change in your business? And the things that they keep saying back to you, the pain problems they keep saying back to you, or the problems in general, or anything they complain about, that is going to be your service. Now, here's where people get this mixed up. A lot of people do this. They will pick Facebook ads first, right? Then they'll go to the niche and try to offer them Facebook ads. That's a big no-no. The reason why we call it the reverse market approach is you actually want to find the market first and then figure out their pain problems. And then their pain problems is what you offer, which basically means if you're in a niche, right, and they say they don't want Facebook ads or Google ads, they want cybersecurity instead, well, then you would start a cybersecurity freaking agency and not a Facebook ads agency. And the reason for that is because your literal customers and clients, the people that you're going to be serving, are telling you what they want for lunch. And I always use this analogy right here, this kind of like metaphor. Giving Susie what Susie wants for lunch is basically like this. Imagine if me and you right here are sat in Times Square. We're sat in Times Square and we're on a bench and we're trying to guess what people want for lunch. And we see this woman walk past and we come up with like a stupid game. The game is whoever can guess what this woman wants for lunch today, what she wants for lunch today, wins $50 from the other person. Well, what we could actually do is we could try be like friggin' Sherlock Holmes and deduce this woman and look at her clothing and look at all this crazy stuff and come from all these different angles and try guess what she wants. Or the smart person, we could literally sit there and do that for hours. Or the smart person could literally just get up, go tap the woman on her shoulder and literally just be like, look, I'm playing a stupid game. What do you want for lunch today? I'm trying to win a bet. That's literally it. And she'll probably tell you, oh, well, today I'm fancying a, tuna sandwich or some shit like that. And then you just go and offer your niche what they want. So it's basically the same thing. You go to a niche, you do ample research, and I'll break down exactly how I did it. I set a hypothesis that I know a little bit about, real estate, so it swayed me a little bit, but I was also testing the dental niche as well. So I went out there and started connecting with dentists on LinkedIn. I started connecting with real estate agents on LinkedIn. I just found literally their websites and stuff like that on Google, just typed in real estate agents in X location, started finding their contact details and, the owner's name, just via their websites. Then I literally went onto LinkedIn, connected with them and started asking them like, what are your pain problems? What are your pain problems? What's it like to be a real estate agent? And I actually, sometimes you may have to pretend, don't lie to them, but pretend that you're actually interested in getting into that role yourself, because then it comes across as not spammy or not salesy. And you're not trying to come across as spammy or salesy. You're literally just like, look, I'm interested in a real estate niche and I'm thinking about becoming a realtor one day. I don't know, just say some shit like that, make it up if you need to. It's only a little white lie. And then what you want to do is you want to ask them like, what's the job like? What does the job entail? What is the biggest problems you have on a day-to-day basis when it comes to being a real estate agent in the US or in the UK or whatever it is in 2023? And what they'll do is they'll start telling you their problems. Just have a light conversation with them and don't even try to sell them on anything. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to take a piece of paper and you're just going to write down their pain problems. Maybe talk to 10 different real estate agents. Because like I said at the start of the video, what happens on a micro scale normally extrapolates out into the macro scale. So if you speak to 10 different real estate agents and they're talking about their website is not converting or they're doing cold calls and they can't seem to get leads much, seller lead, and they'll be specific with it, by the way. Like, what sort of leads are you talking about? What sort of leads do you want? What's the ideal kind of lead for you? And they'll say like, oh, we want seller leads or we want buyer leads. People are looking to buy their homes or people are looking to sell their homes. And they'll break down kind of like the process of how it works. So when you start knowing the ins and outs of the business, your marketing message becomes so much more sharper. And that's how I was able to close my first ever real estate client, because I understood that the people I was speaking to really wanted seller leads and buyer leads. And they explained kind of like the process, that sort of stuff. So it also happened to me with the dental niche as well. I really didn't like working with dentists, by the way. That's another reason why you want to have a couple backups. In the dentist niche, I noticed that they didn't just want leads. I was saying I can help, dentists get leads via Facebook ads in an automated way. That was kind of like my value statement. I then changed it to I help dentists get veneer leads. I get veneer patients, So now it was actually more specific and more sharp to a dentist because I was speaking their language. I was speaking their vernacular. That's their specific language that niche uses. And you'll start picking up on that particular lead, like buyer leads, seller leads. Some people might not even know what those are, even though they sound quite self-explanatory, to be honest with you. Or veneer patients. You notice how it's gone from just leads to veneer patients. It's much more specific, and it sounds like you understand the industry and understand what they actually really want. And when you can understand what people really want and really desire, that's when you know you're onto not only a good niche, but also onto a good offer as well. So that's how you want to do it, guys. Reverse market approach. Again, This is the common mistake people make. They'll pick a service first. They'll then go to a niche and try offer that service to a niche because they've heard it online. They'll hear somebody online, a guru, say Facebook ads for this particular niche is working in 2023, and then just go and copy, monkey see, monkey do. That's basically what they do. And they don't understand the niche's actual pain problems, so they just go reach out with a very bland script without any detail in it. It won't be specific enough. They won't speak their language, their vernacular, that sort of stuff. The better way to do it is to find a niche first, identify their pain problems within that niche, and then come up with a solution for that. That does mean, by the way, that if you're not an expert at what you're offering, then you're gonna have to figure out how to deliver that service either yourself or by someone else. Let me give you an example. If you came into SMA thinking you're just gonna offer Facebook ads to real estate agents, and then you go and speak to real estate agents, and they say they don't want Facebook ads at all, but they want their funnels built instead, then you would actually end up starting a funnel building, kind of like agency, and you just manage that, build them funnels, manage their funnels on a month-to-month basis. Or if they say they want email marketing instead, or they want something completely different like cybersecurity or something like that, well, then what you do is you don't listen to gurus online, you listen to your niche. Don't wait for me to say, yeah, you should be doing that particular service. Or if your niche says something completely outside of SMA, that's not even related to social media, but they still want this service and they're willing to pay for it, and you can actually back that up because you've actually spoke to the niche directly, then listen to your niche. Stop listening to gurus, listen to your niche, because your niche is your customers and your clients. They're the people that are going to pay you. And give Susie what Susie wants for lunch is what I'm trying to say. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe, and make sure if you want to enter the $50 giveaway, I'm giving $50 away to just a random person. I'm going to use like one of those random comment pickers. So make sure you actually follow me on Instagram. Then what I want you to do is like this video, turn notifications on, and then just literally comment done or comment whatever you want to comment on the video. Maybe, what niche you're in, but make sure you comment like done after you've done all of that. And I'll be checking if you followed me, by the way, on Instagram as well. So make sure you do all of those, and I'll be giving away $50 for completely free, just for the sake of it, I guess. Just say thank you to you guys, I guess. Also to build up my my channel as well, get the algorithm going and whatnot. But long story short, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe. Peace, guys.